Hi guys! How are you today?
What's up, y'all?
I hope you all have party hats on. Or
I'm the only one who got the memo.
Sorry?
Sorry, no party hat here.
I
don't have any party hats. I just have various funny hats, and
Perfect.
Well, let's get into it. Before we start partying, let's introduce some of our guests. There's an echo? Oh my god. Well, I gotta fix that. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Hold your horses.
Holding.
Oh my god. Okay, how do I do this? Hold on a sec. Do you still have the echo? Girls?
Yes.
Now I can't hear you. That's not
Can you
working.
hear me now?
Do we still have the echo?
Yeah, I still hear it. Honey, both of you, check your browsers. See if you have it open somewhere else.
Nothing.
Do I?
Yeah. Honey,
I may have. That's maybe my mistake. All right. What about now?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I think we're good.
Okay. It wasn't actually a browser. It was actually I had to switch it to my headphones. Anyway, so
Sorry,
we can carry on now. We can carry on now. So we got some girls with us today. Let's start with Fatma. Hi, Fatma.
Hi, guys.
So you guys already know Fatma, but in case you don't, would you like to introduce yourself?
So I'm Fatma, and I'm part of this DC fandom thing, and you can find me at Twitter at FringeBats, and on YouTube at the Fatmaverse, although I've taken a bit of a hiatus at the moment, but yeah, these are the two main places you can find.
And plug your food Instagram, because it's
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, your food
Yeah,
Instagram.
you can follow my food Instagram at Food with Fatma. I try and post as much as I possibly can on there, but sometimes, life gets in the way. But yeah, I like to make food and review places in Manchester that are really nice. And yeah, that's it really.
Okay, next one in. Jonita.
You're muted, Joe.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm going to work with my 4-year-old to find some kidney ears or my new cap that I got that I want to show you guys, and they've miraculously disappeared after.
Of course.
So
you're muted, Joe.
I'm muted. Joe?
Okay, now we have a feedback on Joe, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Is there still
got
feedback?
it?
I think we fixed it.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Perfect.
We're professional.
Okay then.
Okay. All right.
This is starting up great. We're doing great, girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Joe, tell us a bit about yourself. Where can people find you? Who you are, in case they don't know yet, which they should.
Yeah, they probably don't. Apparently, there's a lot of people who don't know who I am. Well, I'm the mom of 6 who fights with her 4-year-old toddler all the time because she wants to get into my things and play dress up like she did with my unapologetic cap. It was so cute, guys. That I just got. Anyway, I'm a journalist, critic. I have opinions about everything, especially film, comics, the DC universe. And you can find my stuff on my reviews. Actually, I've got some new ones coming up about Urban World in New York City. Okay, thank you, babe. She told me she can't find my hat. Okay, thanks. So you can find my reviews at theblackcape.com. And then you can also look me up on Twitter. Just look up Jonita L. Davis. My name's right there. Jonita right there, and then the L and Davis. I think you can just put in just my first and last name and find me. On all platforms. Get ready to see pictures of kids, comics, and just generally whatever is on my brain that day, which is a lot. There's an interesting conversation I kind of started going about the Wicked and the Divine comic series. And I
hope it's good stuff because I'm reading that. I love it.
I love it. Well, so I think it was Meg that did the whole tag, the person that whose body that you would like to have.
Oh, yeah, it was probably me.
Yeah, it was that post, and so I tagged Yatiti, who plays Bilquis on American Gods. She's like got the dark skin, she's curvy, she's like everything I wanted to see on TV when I was younger and never could. And she's got the perfect sci-fi body to me. And so she liked it and then commented back. And then Teresa, who played on Midnight Texas, she commented. And then they started talking about playing goddesses together in something. And so I'm like, okay, hear me out. The Wicked and the Divine. And then the Wicked and the Divine says, we can't talk about it. It's under development right now. I'm like, what? So, anyway. So I'm like, okay, casting maybe, and then I put a cross finger thing. So, they were chattering about that earlier today. So anyway, stuff happens on my Twitter, and people don't believe me, but stuff happens, weird stuff. I also write about a lot of other issues going on out there in the world as well. So. I think I take up like more than my 2 seconds of talking. So
I mean, and she did just interview John David Washington.
Oh yeah,
yes. We have to get into that.
I would love to get into that.
Waiting,
but before we do, we have one more guest to introduce right now. She wasn't here before, and we are so honored that she's here. We would like to introduce you all, guys. Chelsea, hi.
Hi.
So tell us a bit about yourself, Chelsea.
Okay, so I'm a college student, first of all. I've been a part of the DC fandom on Twitter for I think since maybe 2017, but I've loved DC my entire life. I love comic books, animes, movies, and all that stuff, and cosplay. My Twitter handle is Akira Brat, but that changes every other week, so it's the same thing. And yeah.
Well, welcome.
Welcome. We're so
yes.
Oh my god,
on.
yes. Put on a hat.
Aww.
There you go.
Love it.
Adorable.
Left out.
All of them hats.
Yes, I am Ryan Rivera.
Which hat?
That's one of my first hat of the evening.
She's gonna be changing it around. I got a crown.
Because it's Nana's birthday officially in the UK. It's still a few hours for us, but it's her birthday.
Yeah, we should probably clarify this a little bit. So when we said it's gonna be a party today, we meant it. Well, hopefully, unless the girls are not up to party. But I'm always up to party, so I hope you girls are too. So it's my birthday. As of now, in the UK for 11 minutes. So, so we're gonna celebrate today. So grab a glass if you got, and let's have some fun. So
I'm with you here, so happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday!
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Fatma, show off your shirt.
Oh, I can't.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it finally
Associate
arrived.
Producers up in this bitch.
What's up? Hello, everybody. Hello, all the associate producers. But how does it feel to wear it?
It feels great, but I haven't went outside the house because it only arrived on Saturday, I believe, and I didn't want to wear it until today for the first time, and then I don't know. I still need to put my name on the back, and I want to get it properly, and I don't want to ruin it with a Sharpie by doing my handwriting really badly. So
we're all waiting on Jack to do that video, but he's kind of busy doing 2 movies at once. So You gotta be patient with the man.
We can wait.
We can out on it and just wait for it. But for now, I'm just gonna wear it whenever I feel like I want some comfort.
Can we celebrate with ginger? You can celebrate with whatever you'd like. That's fine. That's completely fine with me. Whatever you guys got, go with it. All right, so let's start off with something. Let's start off with something cool since we started off. Jonita, you interviewed someone really exciting. And you are muted again.
There we go.
There's a lot going on in my house right now, guys. You don't understand.
Okay.
Hear me? I kind of moved from my desk to my bed because there's a potty training toddler running around, and he's really proud of himself. So, you know, I didn't want to flash Nana on her birthday. 18-month-old penis. Anyway, so I interviewed John David Washington for Tenet. Now it's all but my YouTube channel. So if you go to the Black Cape, you can find our YouTube channel or I say our, and it's just me doing the whole thing. You can find the YouTube channel, and it looks like that, we were on a Zoom, and it was like me talking to him, but that was just like 2 minutes. And then everyone else in the chat came in. So, for like 2 minutes, it felt like I was just talking, to him about Tenet by myself. So,
well, look, it's
just everyday
more
things.
than any of us got,
or ever will get.
Exactly. So,
I don't know.
Come on, you gotta flex it a little. You gotta flex.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it was really great. It was really great. Just there was so much I wanted to say because we talked about watching the movie, right?
Yeah.
It was like Fatma and was it Cole?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Amanda.
Cole didn't see it yet.
I don't care about spoilers.
Amanda saw it too. Yeah, Amanda's gonna barge in later.
Okay, it was Amanda. Yeah, we had been talking about the film, and there was like so much I wanted to ask, so many questions and things, but they're like, "Oh, you only have 2 minutes." I'm like, man. So I just asked about how was it just waiting? You had this because the film's amazing. I have to say. I don't know what people were talking about with what were they saying that it wasn't funny or something like that? Something weird.
Oh yeah. The usual talk, it's not funny.
Yeah, it was
supposed to be funny.
So, yeah, it's supposed to be a comedy. I don't even understand where they got the funny thing from. But I'm like, okay, he was sitting on this amazing thing that was supposed to come out in early summer, and he couldn't tell anybody about it. And so I wanted to know, how was it keeping the secret all this time? With COVID pushing the date and pushing the date and pushing the date. I mean, can you imagine being a part of this project that was so groundbreaking and not being able to say anything to anybody about it?
Nope.
Yeah, so he had a really great answer about it, and then talked about going to the movies with his mom, which I thought was really sweet. Yeah. So I'm not gonna tell you what all he said. You got to go to my YouTube and see it, but it was really sweet. It was really nice, and the answer he gave was really great. He kind of mentioned, if you've seen it, all the views. The scenery was beautiful in the movie, and he's like, that's like a gift coming from lockdown and being just in your house, and then you're able to see Tenet and being transported around the world, and it feels like that, if you go into the theater safely, go to the theater and see it. So yeah, but
wear a mask, everyone.
Yes, wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Social distance. If it's packed, try a later time. But I was able to see it by myself like twice.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, I have to see it again. Like, there's stuff that you really like want to sort of see the second time to kind of catch up on it. Chelsea, did you get to see Tenet yet or no?
No, not yet. I'm too scared to go to the movies with all that stuff.
Yeah,
don't worry. I literally can't go to the movies yet. So I can't go to the movies till there's a bloody vaccine in my veins. So I'm with you.
I have a question for you, Chelsea. What is it like being a college student during all of this COVID stuff?
Oh yeah.
It's exhausting. I mean, I like the fact that a lot of my classes are just online and that we meet on like computer through Zoom. But it's just a lot of like the coursework. It just seems to get difficult. I'm a double major with a minor, but I have to take 2 capstone classes. So I'm like always busy all the time. Like after like my capstone class ended early, I usually end at 7:05 today. So
wow.
I've had 3 classes today and back to back. It's just, I mean, it's a lot, but it's like I'm pushing through it. It's my last, well, this is my last fall semester, so this is my last year. I'm a senior.
Are you living on campus right now or no?
No, I'm living at home. I don't live. I was going to go back and forth to school, but I didn't want to risk it because it's pretty bad. It's not too bad, but it's pretty bad at my school.
Ugh.
It's your last year?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
You're a senior in all this? Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
You know what? Like I don't like, for me, even the idea of doing this whole thing online. Like I've done a one year at uni, and it was tough as it was. I can't imagine doing it all online. I feel like I would procrastinate a lot personally. That's my biggest issue, to be fair.
That's what I was doing. Yeah. At like the beginning of like the semester, I'd like, because when we didn't have like a heavy course load, I would just like after class ended, I would just go on my computer and play The Sims. But now it's like
yes.
Oh my god, another Sims player. Which Sims do you play?
I have 2, 3, and 4. So, but I usually play 4 a lot.
Yeah, I play 4 lately too. I wasn't a big fan of 3, but I love the 4 and I love the 2. I just got the new data pack for Journey to Batu, so I'm obsessed with that lately.
Ooh, I saw that. I need to get it.
It's so much fun. It's not a typical Sims game though. Yeah, but you should get it. It's fun.
Yes.
If you like Star Wars, that is. Not everybody does. But yeah. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I would struggle with school if I had to do it online because I am terrible at procrastinating on things. So I admire you pulling through everything like right now.
So I have a question. What's been your best procrastination activity so far?
My best you know what? I am so bad that I procrastinate at things that I usually procrastinate with. So, like, to put it in the context and to kind of explain what I mean, like, you know, I got a bit better in like, okay, you have to do work, so you do the work that you need to do. But whenever I have time to procrastinate, it used to be that I would go and I would watch movies that I need to catch up on, or I would read books that I need to catch up on, or stuff like that. But now I procrastinate even from that.
Oh,
so instead of much to Cole's massive frustration, instead of catching up on things that I like, you know, geeky things that you would expect me to catch up on, I go and I watch something on Twitch. And then with my attention span of a gold
for the 50th time.
Look, I didn't start watching it for 50th time because you told me that you can't stand the theme song and you do not want to hear it when we're on a FaceTime. You know, this is like the daily look into our friendship, by the way. So I didn't start watching Friends for the 50th time, but I'm watching something on Twitch, and then midway through the Twitch stream, I decide to procrastinate even from that because I just remembered something. I end up somewhere on YouTube doing YouTube videos, like watching YouTube videos or doing BuzzFeed quizzes. Like my attention span is that of a goldfish in this pandemic, and it's going downhill. So we really need to get back to normal life. Because I don't know what's going to be there if it's going to take much longer.
A list of books that she has to read. So she doesn't even have to buy books anymore because I share my Kindle account, my Amazon account with her. So, and I bought her for Christmas a few years ago when she first started moving around a lot, a Kindle. So that way she didn't have to pack books. And so for years it's been working great because I'll buy the book that we both want to read. And she doesn't have to buy the book. You've got the book right fucking there. But does she read the book? No.
Yeah, I'm more likely to go and reread a book that I've already read lately. Like this is just the stage I'm in. Okay, it's not good. it's going down.
Comfort, and going for what you know. I mean, if you know it's going to be good, it's going to be, it's got what you need in there. So go for that story and not something new that might disappoint you, right?
Yeah, you can look at it that way.
But even when like she has the safety net of hearing from me how I like our tastes are so similar that like if I tell her this book is fucking amazing, she's gonna love it. I can always predict the characters she will become the most attached to, and I'm like, oh, there's this one character who is literally going to be your favorite. I know it. So she's got this whole safety net. So she knows she can dive into literally any show, book, or movie I've already watched and probably have a good time. But does she give it a shot? No.
I mean, I'm trying to help you out, Nana, a little bit, but I mean.
Well, I don't mind throwing her under the bus.
This is the stages of friendship. Okay, at the beginning you're trying to throw her out. Like 10 years down the road, you're just so fed up that it's like, stop it. But I saw Cole just shared in the chat. There is a birthday donor drive for my birthday for AFSB. So if you guys can, just to throw it in, if you guys can, or if you want, if you'd like to donate, you can. Just sort of a tradition, keeping it going. You don't have to. It's not mandatory, but it's just helping a good cause. Yeah, so let's move forward from there. let's not talk about my procrastination, okay?
What did you say, Steven? The Craft has a new trailer?
What?
Yeah, there's a new trailer.
Yeah.
So the two of us don't know it? What the heck?
And it's not a reboot either because they show, I don't want to spoil. Well, they show like a picture of a character at the end.
Hang on, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Let me find it.
Sorry,
so it's really cute.
Or remake?
I heard
it's a continuation.
It's like a continuation. Because there's a picture of one of the characters at the end.
Well, let me find that thing because I am curious now.
I think it looks really cute.
Is it still called The Craft?
Yeah, it's called The Craft.
Oh my gosh.
Did you find it?
No, I'm just waiting for you to find it.
Oh, okay.
I retweeted it on Twitter.
It's called The Craft Legacy. Is that right?
Probably.
I'm just so excited because this is one of my favorite movies of all time, especially for spooky season.
All right, let me just get through. Let me just get through commercials before I put it on.
Cole is ready.
She totally is. I don't even have to see it to know. Hang on.
It comes out soon? What? How is this?
Yeah, I think it's going straight to Amazon Prime, I think.
Oh, there is.
It's like what, October 21st, I think?
Yeah, right before Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, by the way. I'm just
really? You've never seen The Craft?
You should. It's good.
Really good.
Never seen it. We have to do a craft. We have to do a watch party at some point.
Yes, a craft watch party.
Yes.
That and like if you want to watch like a good cheesy stereotypical coming of age Halloweeny movie, that's a good one.
It's not scary, Fatma.
No, it's not. It's not like.
No.
All right, I got it in.
Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
Do we all see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's. I hope there is a sound. Tell me if there is not. Is there a sound?
I don't. It says.
Click to exit
full screen.
Yeah, I don't put it in full screen. I think it messes it up.
Oh, okay. So let me put it in a smaller. Now, hang on. Now it messed up my browser, but that's okay. We can fix that. All right, let's do it again. Now you can hear it?
No.
No.
Frick.
Oh, but I'm here for it anyway. This looks cute.
How do I play with sound? Somebody help. If there are any. Oh, yeah, there is. All right,
there we go. No, they do the light as a feather thing.
I always wanted to do that as a kid. She's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Is she the new Nancy? She looks pretty sane. Ooh, a ritual bag.
That's some aesthetic right there.
I know.
Ooh, Invisible Man was so good. Oh, and Split.
Man, I wish my buff did that.
Right?
This is diving into more actual, like, witchcraft aesthetic. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, real, like, they must have more recommendations on set this time around. Ooh. And of course, never complete without a Ouija board. Don't play.
Right.
This looks so pretty and cool.
I know.
And I don't even know much about the original.
It looks kind of YA though. I mean,
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Nancy!
Oh my God,
yes.
Nancy!
My baby.
Well, I wonder if is she related or something to?
Maybe.
Maybe. I hope so. I feel like the girl has short hair because she's related to Nancy. I feel like that's what they're
She
trying
gives
to
off
do.
Nancy vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy's my favorite. She's my girl, my home girl.
I feel like the original is edgier.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, oh, hang on.
Okay.
All right. So there might. I think they're.
Oh my
trying to
God,
trick
they're
us.
actually gonna go with that.
I
Remake,
think they're
isn't
trying
it?
to trick us a little bit here. They're trying to make us think it's just going to be all like YA, and then they are going to be like a little bit more edgy and dark.
Okay.
Can't wait.
You know what? I'm sold. I like that.
I wonder if Rachel True, who she played Bonnie, the Black Witch in the original, I wonder if she's a practicing witch and she's a tarot expert. I wonder if she's advising on the film. I should go check her.
She needs to be. They kind of left her out of a lot of the promotions over the years, and
I have watched I have listened to her talk on so many podcasts about her experience and everything, and like I just love her so much.
Yeah, she's amazing. I mean, and I remember hearing her first time on the what's it called? Pam Brosman's podcast.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, she's
Witch
amazing.
Wave,
I mean,
sorry.
Witch Wave. Yes, look it up, guys. It's fun. No, I'm all for it, but it looks really like a lot like a remake to me too.
I think was it Steven who was saying it in the comments? I think it was Steven who was explaining that it's like a sequel, and I get that vibe, even though I didn't hear any music, but I totally get that vibe. I mean, they also chose each girl looks similar to the first four. I wonder if, because it's legacies, if they're going to all turn out to be related to them somehow. Well, except for Sarah, the girl who came into the group, because Sarah would be like, no, you can't touch witchcraft.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm waiting for it. I'm curious. But I mean, if you girls haven't seen the first one, you should watch the first one first.
Yeah, the first one.
It's a classic. It's amazing.
It's really good.
We should do a watch party. That would be so fun.
Oh my God, yes.
I love that one.
But yeah, as we carry on with the movies, we got somebody here.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm here for a watch party. Hi. Hello around the world.
How are you, Amanda?
I'm good. I have my Oh my gourd, I love fall Target travel mug.
Is there pumpkin spice in it?
There is.
Yes.
And rum and cider.
Perfect.
Jonita.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's my water.
Yeah.
Look at my glass. Look at my glass. I'm like in Halloween mood. Here for booze.
Oh my gosh. This
And I got tea.
This reminds me of when, remember when I said I coached a summer camp, like a speech camp this summer?
Yeah.
One morning, like they all had to report for a lecture, and I convinced all of the coaches to just like wear a blanket, like, but pretend like nothing had happened or changed. Just like come as crazy as you could be. One of them wore an actual like cheese head thingy.
Perfect.
Which is a sports fan. Yeah, they're Meg up in the Great North understands.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
I just like the idea, like pretend like everything's normal. Just walk in looking crazy, but pretend everything's normal.
Yeah, that's why we became memes. I mean, you're wearing a crown, right? So that is normal. Are you? Is that? Yep. Yeah.
She's wearing it a little far back on her head, so you can barely see it poking.
But it kind of looks, because of the light, it sort of gives you like an actual light halo. You look like you might actually be an angel. We know you're not.
No.
But he's going
Look,
for the
you
dark
can't
and
tell
evil
this
aesthetic.
to them. You can't say that. Come on. There might be people in the chat who could be fooled.
That's true. I'm sorry,
that.
she might be an angel. You did give me probably one of the most delicious sounding goulash recipes that I've ever heard of in my life. She was like, what have you eaten that you called goulash? Because I said, goulash, I don't like.
Well, I asked her what she meant that she doesn't like goulash, like why? And she said it tastes bland. And I'm like, goulash is like the least bland food I know in my life. So I was like, hold on a second. Like, how do you cook that thing?
Wrong.
No, I know. Well, I'm blaming my mom. But yeah. I've never tried to make it. She's like, what do you use? And I'm like, I don't.
Well, I have a recipe now, so let me know how it goes.
I do. I will, and I definitely want that dumpling recipe for the fruit dumplings.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you that.
Isn't goulash in the American Midwest like everything left over in a pot or something like that? Something
it's
weird
like
that?
This is the American Midwest goulash. It's like unseasoned ground beef.
Yeah, just stuck it in.
Like stewed tomatoes, again unseasoned. Unseasoned, unsalted water elbow macaroni, and that's goulash.
The
check in me is like, no, please don't.
My Hispanic upbringing could never.
It's like butchering a delicious dish. I agree. I'm excited to like it.
Yeah.
So, yay! I heard. What were we talking about before I got here?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about how Fatma's just like, oh my gosh, goulash, what is that? Because she makes such amazing food. Her goulash would be amazing.
So Fatma, I wanted to ask you something, if that's okay. So you said that you do speak a little bit Arabic, and I didn't want to assume. So you're a Muslim?
Yes, I'm Muslim and I'm Arab.
Okay, I have had the best food ever when I've gone to Ramadan celebrations.
Oh,
no, I'm not. My favorite thing ever is kofta.
Oh, kofta is like a classic in the region.
And that's not unseasoned. That is seasoned to perfection.
Yeah. The only time I've had
I can see why you were horrified at the idea of unseasoned food. You were like,
yeah. I've gone to my friend, my mother-in-law. So
we've got the spices in this house. If I see the spices that are like running low, I make sure that I have it stocked really well in the pantry. Like I just can't not have.
You know what? But it's fascinating, like to me, because obviously, like living here in the UK, like British people do not season their food. Like there is a saying that British invaded half the world for their spices and then decided they don't like any of them.
And then they dumped true. Here in the American Midwest or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, same, Joe.
You know what?
Same.
The American Midwest. I was gonna say, Meg, Jonita, and I have you guys cornered because we know bland. Okay?
Everything tastes like fucking water here.
There's salt and pepper is exotic here.
My mom was just black. I used to have this black cooking culture, and you know, kind of instilled it in me because without that.
It's so bad. I can't explain. It's offensive, honestly. It's like a waste of actual food because you think about what it could be delicious.
Yeah, it has the potential, but it will never be.
Stopping by, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of recipes with tater tots.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we just talk about tater tot casserole for a moment, though?
Okay.
What is that?
I've had tater tot casserole, and my dad makes an amazing tater tot casserole. Just saying.
Tater tot casserole is amazing.
Nana's like, what the fuck?
It's basically tater tots, cheese, and ham. That's it.
So
gross.
I made mine. This is how I make mine. I do ground beef with mixed vegetables, like the frozen bag of mixed vegetables. Yeah, not fancy.
Yes.
The cheap frozen bag of mixed vegetables. A can of off-brand cream of mushroom concentrate mixed in, okay, with onions and the green and the ground beef, and then you top it with way too much cheddar cheese. And then you put the tater tots on top. And then you bake it until the tater tots are crispy and delicious. And if you're feeling spicy, you put salt and pepper on it.
Yeah.
If you're feeling spicy,
But
oh my god.
Not too much. Not too much.
Not too much.
At least what my dad makes, we'll cover it in hot sauce because we love hot sauce.
Ooh. See, I can respect a hot sauce collection.
We've always liked Jardine's hot sauce because my mom grew up in New Mexico, so she knew about all the good stuff. But now since it's super expensive to get a tiny bottle, we get that Crystal Ray or whatever hot sauce, and we go through it like crazy. That's why we had to stop buying the good stuff because we go through it. My brother Christian, who I feel like he's watching this, so I'm going to expose him big time. One of his favorite snacks is taking a plain tortilla, not heated or anything, cold, straight from the bag, and smothering it in hot sauce, rolling it up, and eating it like that.
Oh, what?
Humans are so strange. We are such strange creatures. Chris Martin was hungry.
I think this is topping my pizza without cheese from last time. Like, why do we always end up talking about food, by the way? Like, we make people hungry. Look at this.
Look at what time it is.
They're hungry thinking about this stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How are you hungry? How are you hungry?
So right before
the goulash talk, okay?
Right before COVID hit, there was I live literally down the street from this big Islamic center in Cedar Rapids. And right before COVID hit, they put out signs that were like, this day and this day, community dinner at this time. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to La Chica. Yes. Like, I was so stoked. And then not even 2 weeks later, COVID hit. And I was like, I want to scream. Why does this year keep promising delicious, amazing things and then taking them away?
You know what? This is like this reminded me when COVID hit, like Czech Republic locked down very early on, like super early. They got first case and they went full on lockdown, locked borders, everything. Which basically meant
what was that like?
I don't know. I wasn't.
I
don't know. I wasn't there. I just couldn't go visit my family, which kind of sucked. But hey, no. But you know what? So they got through COVID pretty much like 0 cases by June, and so they opened everything. And in celebration of hey, we can meet again and we can talk to people again, they put on Charles Bridge, which is like the most famous bridge in Prague for those who don't know. and also the oldest one, I think. I'm actually not sure.
I almost broke my knee there, just saying. Anyway.
Huh?
I said I almost broke my knee there, but we're going.
Oh, that's a story for another time. But they put tables all across that bridge and had it open for people to go there and just sit down and have food, like all together. So there was like hundreds of people sitting by that table and just eating. And there was a lot of beer. There was a lot of beer, because it's like for Czech Republic, like you can't go without beer.
When Ireland and the Czech Republic closed the pubs, I knew we were in deep shit.
Yeah.
You know what? They're back on a lockdown now, though, because there's like big spike in cases. So I mean that's what it is. But it's funny because I was actually talking to my mom when we were talking about the pubs. And she goes, yeah, they're starting to close everything again. And so I'm like, what do you mean? Well, she goes, well, pubs close at 10 p.m. I said, oh, yeah, because Corona only attacks after 10 p.m. Like, why do you close the pub at 10 p.m.?
It's when it comes out. It's like a gremlin.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Yeah, I like this is the like someone else is talking, but I'm showing appreciation head nod. I don't know what.
That's those delicious soups, but I'm actually allergic to eggplant. I love eggplant, and I'm allergic to it.
Oh, this is actually funny because she loves eggplant. So sometimes, occasionally, she just decides that she's gonna break that rule. Then she regrets it severely, but she wants to try the eggplant.
Are you the EpiPen in your leg?
Not yet.
We're getting there,
though.
See,
You're gonna get there.
I've grown up my entire life eating eggplant, especially eggplant parm. And then as I got older, like eggplant tempura and stuff, I love eggplant. So, and I
what an interesting love.
I don't know. My dad's an amazing cook. He can turn most people into loving things that they wouldn't normally love. I mean, most people shiver in horror when they hear the word meatloaf, but if they have it in my house, they will never be the same. But like with eggplant, it's literally like one of my favorite things to eat, especially Italian food. And then one day I had it at an ex's house. His mom made it, and I was so excited, and I ate it. And then I felt like I was dying. And then the next time I ate it, my lips started going numb.
No.
So I don't eat it anymore because we realized, wait, I'm allergic to this stuff. But I've never gotten an EpiPen. Like once in a while, like my dad will get something from an Asian place and it'll have a little eggplant in it, and I'll be like, I want to nibble. And so I'll nibble and be like, oh, I'm losing feeling. All right, Benadryl.
You know, like she may be allergic to eggplant, but try and put a cilantro anywhere near her, and then you are in for a fun party.
I will kill a man.
Are you the soapy cilantro genetic thingy? Who likes cilantro? I like cilantro.
My family is obsessed with cilantro.
Yeah, I feel like that's. If it doesn't taste good, if it tastes like you're eating soap, why would you eat it? Why wouldn't?
It doesn't taste like soap to everybody, though.
It doesn't, though.
Only
some people.
Yeah.
Only to some people.
Yeah, it's only a certain percentage of people that it tastes like soap.
It's like it's a genetic weirdness that only affects like 1/4 of the population. Actually, if you've ever done the 23andMe thing, they can now tell you if you have that gene, which I was happy about because I'm Hispanic. My dad is from his family's from Puerto Rico. So he cooks a lot of Puerto Rican food, which has a lot of cilantro. So I've grown up hating meals because they had this awful taste in them. And then I found out the cilantro thing, and then it showed up on 23andMe. I was like, look, it's real. It's real.
I have a paper for it.
You've been trying to feed me Dial my whole life. Lever 2000, Dad.
Like now I love his he makes mofongo.
Yes, Russia, that's coriander, yeah. Americans call it cilantro, so we just kind of
wait,
they're different?
Okay, time out.
No, they're the same?
Time out.
It's coriander, yeah. It's coriander in the UK.
Different than cilantro.
Yeah.
They're two different things, right?
Yeah. So what we call in America, coriander is the seed of the plant, but we call cilantro, the leaf and stem that comes out, different. But there's coriander seed or coriander everywhere else. It's like the metric system.
But to me, they have two different flavors, though.
To me, they do too. Yes.
Yeah, they are two. Yeah, but in here, if you said in the shop that you want cilantro, nobody would know what
and you know how we
really?
call scallions?
Oh yeah.
They only call them green onions. And what do you call the cucumbers or zucchinis?
Cucumbers are same. Zucchini is what's it called? Fatma, how about there's a zucchini?
Courgette.
Courgette.
And
eggplant is aubergine.
Aubergine. Yeah. I used to eat aubergine for a long time, and then in the past few years, I've become really into aubergine dishes, and this Arabic it's something like hummus. It's a paste where you dip your bread in, and it's called baba ganoush.
Yeah, my dad loves
eggplants, and I've been obsessed with it whenever I can get my hands on it. But taste buds evolve and change over years. I used to hate pickles. Now I love pickles in all my sandwiches. So
there's a good story for pickles.
With the coriander thing, I forgot completely that cilantro is called coriander in UK. So when I was visiting Nana, not this once, she took me to the ramen place, love. Wagamama. And I got I love their tofu, so I got the vegetarian ramen, and I didn't remember that coriander was the word for cilantro, so they serve it to me, and it's covered in cilantro, and I'm like, kill me. I ended up sitting there cooking. I felt too awkward to tell them about it, so I just sat there picking it out of my food.
So what do they call the seed, the spice that we call coriander? What's it?
It's just coriander. It's just coriander seed, I think.
That confusing no one.
What?
I mean, I've got this Thai place that has this amazing crispy coriander beef. I've posted about it on my food Instagram. Shameless plug or whatever, but it's got the coriander seeds in it, and I can just I really, really, really crave it at the moment, and I really want to go and get it, and I don't think I can make it or replicate it because it has this really beautiful flavor to it, and that's the only time where I've had coriander seeds that were obvious in the food, unless they were in a stew or something, for example.
Right.
But,
I don't really have a use for coriander seeds either. But then again, for as far as cilantro coriander goes, Czech cuisine doesn't really work with it. I remember my mom for the first time discovered this as a spice or as anything when I got home from the States and I made guacamole. So for her it was completely unknown. She loves it now, but she had no idea. She wouldn't know where else to use it
profile. Either. It's like I love trying new cuisine that I've never tried before that has a different flavor profile or different native foods that are outside of my own experience. Mushroom soup cream recipe again.
Okay, Fatma's got homework now.
Yeah, it's on the highlights on the Instagram. It's on the Instagram page, and it's on the highlights, and it's got the step by step.
I'm gonna
wait. What's your Instagram?
Food with Fatma.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna put it in the.
Nice.
Okay, so I
love how this is League of Mayhem, and Mayhem turns out to be food.
So it's. Fatma, it's food with Fatma, just like that, yeah. At food with Fatma.
Yeah.
I feel like the next time I come across the ocean to Great Britain, I need to eat with you guys because I think I found all the wrong food when I was there.
I have all the spots in Manchester, so if you ever come to Manchester, I got you.
Okay, so I need to come see you. I thought I would, order first the English breakfast thing. I did what every American does, and I ordered that.
Not me.
I like English
Why?
breakfast.
Why?
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
It's so bland.
Listen, right? I can't have the black.
He's about to fight you. See that?
Oh yeah, I can't do that either. I can't do the black thing.
So,
Go ahead.
I can't have big products.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I've got halal version of the English breakfast, I do like it. I kind of do.
I like it. I like the English breakfast. But you have to go to the right place.
It's carby and fatty and
it's really heavy.
It's like it's very.
It doesn't look good to me at all. So it's like I've never wasted my time on it. I have way too many phobias for certain kinds of foods to try that. Especially the black pudding thing. I would not.
Amanda.
Chicken. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Earlier this week, I was sending Meg a bunch of TikToks that were like old school teacher, like
oh my god,
the quiet coyote, like this is your time, like. Yes.
Eric,
would you like to share with the class?
I just missed you. Yeah. Oh,
sorry.
I was
Anyway.
so triggered.
All right, girls, let's move from food.
Yes,
please. I feel like the breakfast food that is vastly underappreciated. Like underappreciated to the point that it's not commonly served in American breakfast places, which is wrong, is chicken and waffles.
Oh my god,
no, cancel that.
Yes, that's the only coriander I like.
Chicken. You gain 5 pounds.
That's exactly English breakfast in a nutshell. But then again, like there are people like me who gain 5 pounds whenever they think of food. Think of it. So like
I mean, I was open, but I mean, it was just I was not prepared, and I don't know. I think maybe I was being pranked a little bit too because it's like this cannot. But the rest of the food that I ate at the place was like it was at the hotel, and the rest of the food that they made was like really really good. But this English breakfast was like not. It was kind of disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's
all right. I mean, to be fair, we are from the Midwest, and we did bring a 3-ingredient goulash to the table, so we can't.
Yes, exactly.
We're not perfect.
Yeah. Let's not go back to that. Let's not.
It's right. You know what? Happy birthday, Nana. I will not go back to that.
Please don't. Like for the sake of everybody involved, please don't ever go back to that.
Thank you to Metas and Mortals for donating $15 to Nana's birthday drive.
Oh, thank you so much. Really, thank you.
I love that.
So there was a few topics that we were gonna talk about today, right, ladies? That didn't involve coriander.
Coriander.
And
that wasn't the topic? Oh
no.
I got the wrong memo then.
Wrong stream.
God damn it, we are in the wrong stream.
Oh, like that wrong. No one orders English breakfast and the NZ, that's New Zealand?
Yeah, and that's New Zealand. My cousin's from New Zealand, and she's like, she can't stand it. So,
well, you're not alone, Jonita.
I maybe I didn't know what the
we're gonna leave the food topic.
I don't know. I just did it all thirsty and wrong.
Meg, you tried.
I tried. It's okay.
I'm gonna segue it. Let's segue it again. Pineapple on pizza. We went to Zack Snyder between DC.
Yes.
Amanda,
we just like
I'm kicking you.
Huh?
She's kicking me. Listen,
hold on. Chelsea, pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
No.
Fuck.
No.
There you go,
girl. There you go.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I still respect the bow, but
yes.
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, let's leave pizza behind, okay? We've done this before.
Stairs in Italian.
No, we like skipped 3 cars on the train of thought. We skipped like 3 cars. It was like boom, boom, boom. So now we're just at DC. So Meg, what was it that we were supposed to talk about?
Well, I know. Joe, you had an interesting topic you wanted to talk about.
I did.
You did.
Yes. Like everything that you've done in the last week, basically.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were out there collecting receipts, girl. Go for it.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, what the hell was
Wait, when I'm supposed to pretend not to know, so I can ask you, and then you can like spill something accidentally. So, like,
okay, we all know, but Amanda doesn't. Just take a note of that, chat.
Anyway,
do you really not remember?
I seriously, vaguely remember.
I think the first part was talking about the experiences as a Black woman in the fandom and what people expect from you.
There you go.
There we go. She's got it.
Yes. The way that you said that, Fatma.
Fatma's like, actually. It was
yeah. What was I going to say about that? Let me go look at this.
We're going to go look through the group chat to see what we were talking about. I think so earlier today, we were talking about how sometimes we get frustrated because we feel like people get petty instead of like caring about what is substantive, about what someone is contributing to either like their fandom or a movement that they're supporting or an initiative, a project they're working on. I don't know how that, I feel like it would just be harder, worser to also be discounted as a Black woman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It just seems like coming into any fandom, especially in my experience this week, and this one is just, anytime you kind of come in and you've got an opinion on something and I just made a statement. Thread, dropped a picture and I moved on. But they couldn't, the people there could not let it go, and they were going and going and I muted the thread and they were going, and I only knew that it was still going because I got DMs from friends asking if I was okay. They're like, you're getting kind of attacked over there. I'm like, I am. I didn't.
They're like, I have moved on.
Yeah, I put the thread on mute. But it kind of raises something. Like, it seems like in fandoms, as a woman, as a Black woman, I mean, you're questioned, and as soon as you have an opinion that's kind of counter whatever the conversation is, you're a traitor, and they like come at you like swarming, like Hitchcock bird, all over, and it just seems like that's like a natural. It happens so much. It seems like it's instinctual for the people who are doing it because it's just a snap decision, and they're like, crawling all over you, and
it's like all of a sudden the zombies realize you're not one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, then too, it's like the next moment they're trying. You say something good, and you're the greatest person alive, but say make one wrong move, and they bring out all of the everything about race, sex. I mean, you're all kinds of everything. That's when the slut shaming happens. All of this, and it's like, why? I mean, why can't you just take my opinion like you take everybody else's opinion and keep walking away? Why do you have to come back and badger me, and kind of beat me down? And it's not, and I'm not just saying it just me. I've seen it happen to a lot of other women in the fandom. Meg, I saw, you kind of took some hits.
Always.
Yeah, and it's like,
and let's point out, they were this week. People were making comments about Meg's appearance. Like, I can't think of the last time someone other than me commented on my husband's appearance, and he's been on bajillion streams over the last like 3 years. Like, you know what I mean? How many hours of footage are there of Steven with a beard in your face, and nobody said like jack shit in a critical way? Not even like, I don't even like guys with beards. Nothing. And Meg like exists, and people are like, I have an opinion about the way you look because you are a woman.
They remind you of your womanhood.
You know,
and they remind you of
this was a big thing for Justice Con.
Throughout Justice Con, most of the comments were saying how hot Nana and Meg were, and people saying, "Oh, who's that bald bitch?" or the bald person.
I saw that, and I'm like, "What is that?"
Or like saying how Cole is fat and Cole is this, that, and the other thing. Or
what the fuck?
Or
is that honestly what people like occupy their brain power with?
I think my favorite insult was questioning if I'm actually a girl because I have a buzz cut.
And it's sad. It's sad. They come at us with, at our appearance, at these gross, using the most gross ways possible. And it's like, it's not even a part of the argument we're making.
Yeah.
It's not even trying to argue. You're not even trying to debate. Are you trying to push us out? Is that what it is?
It's like you called me fat. That's really original, and I was totally unaware. Like, wow, thank you. You totally.
Yeah, but what is my life?
What does my fatness or not fatness have to do with what I can contribute to this conversation?
Also, when you stop contributing or you stop doing something they like, they immediately go. I have this one just a month ago. When the Snyder Cut content runs out, these females in the fandom are going to start their OnlyFans. You watch. And I was like, okay, that's a weird way of saying you want to see my titties, but okay, you know.
Then you get pissed off because I'm getting like
so fucking mad thinking about it.
Like, you get pissed off because obviously you would have gotten pissed off. Like, how is this an appropriate comment to make on any level, in any way, shape, or form? So honestly, you get pissed off. You either mute, you block, or you reply because you have a full right to do that. That person said this about you, and then they're like, "Well, you can't take a joke."
Yes, you can't take a joke, or you can you put it out there and you can't. And what is it? You can dish it out and you can't take it, dude. I didn't say anything to you. Okay,
I just exist.
Yeah,
that's all we ever do.
Me existing is not dishing it out. You would know.
Yeah. The whole OnlyFans insult is just them trying to reflect on the fact that nobody would pay to see them naked. Nobody would pay to see their titties or their feet or anything weird like that. And it's like that. It's not even an insult though, because if a woman or anyone can make their hustle on OnlyFans or using actual sex work, that is valid and it's their business. It's not an insult at all. And it's like, okay, so if Meg started an OnlyFans, you do know her army of simps would be dropping a couple K a month.
You could actually quit your job.
All right, you guys heard it here first. OnlyFans.com/WonderMeg. There we go.
It just makes no sense at all. And it's like
Control
they
T.
want us to come together and they want us to, everyone, we need to be united. And the moment you're getting over them. So then when you come back and you're on the attack mode, oh my goodness, and going in, we need to be united now.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to stop attacking and we need to come together. And it's like, but you started this bullshit, okay?
Yeah.
Started this. So
I feel like
now that you're losing and I'm making you look like the
sad, petty little bitch you are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So here's the thing. We can relate about this because I think as women in a fandom that tends to be dominated and gatekept by people who are not women, tends to, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to generalize and piss anyone off or accuse anyone and whatever. My point is, that's something we can all relate on. One of the things that you had mentioned in a conversation we had was that you find it hard to, like, you want to create a group identity around, like, Black women in this fandom, or like Black writers or Black female writers in this fandom, because it's like you look out and you're like, anyone? 2, 3, I see you. Like,
yeah, well, and they're afraid to speak up, you know, because people are on attack. There are so many Black DC fans that are out there who've reached out to me, but they're not vocal. They're not very vocal at all. There's a lot more women, but they're not vocal, because they've seen what happens when you speak up. And you know, not everybody's up for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I really think that, you know, I really feel some kind of way about that, and I think that it needs. I mean, more awareness needs to be taken to it. And so I talked about writing something about all of this, and I kind of made an announcement in my Twitter that I was going to be using screenshots of everybody who is you know, kind of going in on me, that, you know, still attacking on that thread that I had muted, and just kind of a warning to them. All of a sudden, comments disappeared.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
I mean,
it's some attention brought to it, though.
See, a hallmark of being an actual adult is not deleting the things you said in the past and owning up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, there's
we could write an essay on that.
Like, there's literally nothing wrong with changing your opinion due to new information.
Or it would be preferred.
It's like,
shows growth.
Yeah.
That's called growth. Yeah, it's called growth. And we would actually prefer that if you get presented with contradictory information, that you consider it and potentially change your perspective. Because
fuck it.
I think
I've struggled with many of the guys in the fandom who have changed my mind on certain things. I have. But, you know, and I'm open to hearing anybody out. I will hear you out, and if I'm wrong, I will end up saying how, you know, I will end up admitting that. But don't come in and, you know, don't tell
attack me instead of my argument.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Ben
attacking me as a woman, as a Black woman, you know, don't do that. And that's one of the first things they try to say. Well, that's not journalism. Well, how the fuck do you know?
You're out here telling me I'm invalid because I'm fat. Like, how do you know what is journalism and what is not?
Yeah,
exactly.
The Dumbledore of journalism, quietly hiding in the bleachers of your Twitter. I'm waiting. Like, what?
Yeah.
Who?
Like, yeah, no. I mean, Fatma, Chelsea, what are your experiences with the fandom? What is your point of view?
And not just the Snyder Cut / DC fandom in general.
Yeah, like in general. In general, what are your experiences with this stuff? Because I mean, we are all geek girls here. What kind of experiences do you have?
Chelsea, you can go first.
I'm not
like you said, like I'd like her to add her opinion as well.
I would say it was similar opinion, like experiences. I used to be like really big on the Star Wars fandom on Tumblr, and I mean, if you know that whole fandom, it's bigotry just all over again, and it's like
a fandom that is like
it's the worst fandom to be a part of.
It's toxic
and
the best.
Like the OG toxic fandom.
Yeah.
My first experience with toxic fandom was at 13 years old when I turned 13, and you know it says you can't join a forum till you're 13. So I was a goody two shoes. I waited and joined. My first website on my 13th birthday was called the Galactic Senate, and it was a Star Wars forum, and it was awesome, and most of the community was amazing. But then I was exposed to this whole toxic fandom where, like, my opinions weren't valid because I was a 13-year-old girl who was still reading the books and learning more. And it was like, what is this? And it's just gotten worse with the sequels. But at the same time, Star Wars is also one of the best fandoms ever, and that's like the nature of fandom in general. It's like amazing and also horrible.
Yeah. I remember.
I think there's only one fandom that I would say is only horrible. That's Homestuck.
It seems like the more newer fandom, it like welcomes a lot of bigotry. I mean, I remember my days on Twitter, Tumblr, and I had stopped like after all that. I mean, just being called like a slur or like a misogynistic name on Tumblr. It was just like, I don't want to be a part of that. Especially a part of like a group like that. Even though I had like friends that were nice on there, but it was just like, I don't want to be a part of that group.
If in order to hang out with my friend that I like, I have to spend time around that.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Like, you can come hang out at my place, friend, but I am not going to that party. Like,
yeah.
I think that's self-care. Honestly, if people are called like that, how exhausting would that be to be like just going about your day and then somebody's like, here, let me say something deeply hurtful, and I don't even know you, by the way.
That's like how it is exactly in the cosplay community. Like, because I cosplay a lot, and for a while I didn't. For a good couple, I actually closeted my Harley cosplay for close to 5 years after being attacked about it. Because I'm plus size, because I'm bigger than the average.
Oh my god, her Harley cosplay is absolutely epic. Cole, can you pull it up? Because I want people to see it. Like, I freaking love it. Please find a picture and pull it up. Please.
Chelsea!
Yeah.
Where did you get the bow?
The what? Oh, I got these.
Where did you get the bow?
I went to Disney World like 2 years ago in the summer. I got these.
They're so
cute.
awesome.
I'm obsessed with all things iridescent right now. Like, it's bad. My first ever public cosplay was Ahsoka.
Russia, I love her so much. Ahsoka's my baby girl. I love her.
Also,
a
size 10
is not fat. A size 10 is not fat.
Yeah, like, forget.
When I was a size 10, I was not fat.
If I were size 10, oh my god.
I wish I was a fucking size 10.
I just measured, my calves are still a size 10. It's like the only part of my body that's still a size 10.
You said you measured your cat, and I was like, your cat needs to go to the vet.
Nash is in the chat.
No!
Hi, Nash. She said, dinner time watching my fave women.
Are you gonna stop by, Nash? You can always stop by.
She told me earlier she got school.
So, Chelsea, do you have any other experiences? Like, is there an experience like on Twitter that pops out to you? I know you always call out people too. I fucking love it.
Ooh, wait,
and
I you if I don't, I will now.
I specifically like the people, like when you're commenting on something that involves like race, and you don't have your profile picture isn't you. I love how they're like, you're not black, you can't talk about this, and you're like, actually, I am.
And somebody white who says that you're not black, you can't talk about this.
I always quote it with, "Who's gonna tell them?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Someone's got to tell them.
Someone's
Chelsea,
but like,
Chelsea, just so you know, because it's not showing up on the on YouTube. It was showing up as a bunch of squares, so I changed just to Chelsea instead of with the fancy font. Sorry.
Weird.
That's fine.
I could see it here.
Like old style wingdings. It looks like wingdings.
Wingdings.
YouTube's being bitch, basically. We all know.
What about you? What about you, Fatma? What is your experience
with toxic fandom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm curious about, especially like as a Muslim woman. Did you come across anything connected to that too?
The look on her face said, "Oh,
she's like, how long do we have?"
Hey, keep talking. I want to hear it. Like, let's talk about this because we should. I mean, where else than here we should talk about this?
This is like a space that.
This is my therapy.
We get to decide what actually gets talked about here. So.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm visibly Muslim. So generally, the consensus is that a woman who wears a headscarf is a Muslim. So I'm visibly Muslim and I'm a woman of color. and I mean,
a really pretty color. I don't know. I mean,
all colors. This isn't. But what I'm trying to say is, I try to make sure that whatever I do put out online is something that doesn't put me or like someone who is able to attack my religion or attack who I am as a person. And especially because I know within the Zack Snyder fandom, and I know it's not for him to deal with, but there are people who also actively support that amazing person, Ben Shapiro, who is Islamophobic. And yeah, so there are people within the fandom who do hold views that are Islamophobic.
If you ever don't want to talk to it, like, you know, snap back and you're not feeling it, just tag us. I got you. I will.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go on around. Yeah,
I love just talking
about
the League
of Mayhem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I'm always aware of what I say and what I don't say, and when to hold back and when to like talk about, you know, experiences as a Muslim within the fandom. And you know, we are present and we do like these superheroes, and it's something that's kind of like, you know, overlooked to a degree, and it's why it took me a long while to even think about starting a YouTube channel, because there's also judgments within the community that I originally come from as well. So like, it's taken a while for me to come and become comfortable with it. And you know, when you've got anonymous things being sent to you on Curious Cat that were just like, there are people
the cesspool.
So I need to be aware. Sorry.
I said what? I think Meg said people suck. I think we're just shocked. Who are these people?
People are very interesting and
you don't know who they are, Amanda. They're like
I mean, I know they're all like white men mostly, white women.
Usually the same crowd.
They're like 30-plus-year-old white men.
You know, that will that I have problems with, you know.
One of my favorite,
here's what upsets me is hearing that you guys feel, or at least in Fatma, in your words, that you feel like you have to conceal part of yourself, or like hold parts of yourself back, like that you have to filter. I like am a very unfiltered person, and I feel like it would be in case you had to put that out. But like I would feel so. I would suffocate. I don't even know. I don't think I could. I couldn't do it. You're a better person than I am, because it has to be exhausting. Just thinking about it exhausts me.
It has to be extremely exhausting constantly. Like, you have a thought that you want to put out, but you don't put it out because, not that you're afraid, but you don't want those people coming after you. And that's fuck those people. Fuck them.
And even in real life, it just becomes such a normal to like think about something that you say 10 times before you even attempt to say it. And you know, because of the prejudices that come with, you know, who we are as people and what the media portray us to be. So it's just an interesting thing to deal with. And I'm hoping that with awareness and with like the constant changing in the landscape and people being more accepting to other people, that things do change. But yeah, it's just it's a constant thing. And it's sometimes, is it worth really talking to the person that is giving you abuse? Because sometimes I'm all for talking to someone and getting to know each other and, you know, understanding people from different backgrounds, but there's a way to do it, and there's certain people who do it in such a way that's they want a reaction out of you. So if you give it to them, you're just fueling it. So sometimes it's best not to like fuel it, because they're happy that they managed to own a Muslim terrorist, or I don't know,
I think
or just shut down the black woman. Yes.
Yeah. And I think there's just people in the DC fandom and whatever fandom that they're never gonna stop because they just keep getting enabled by other people. So you can try to talk to them all you want, but they don't give a fuck because they're sending their tweets to their buddies who are then jumping in and they're sending it to their friends and they just dogpile you because they don't want to have a conversation. They just want to shit all over you.
They just want
to. Usually when they result to this, it's at the point where they have no argument, like no actual argument that would make sense in the conversation.
If you say, why are you even mad at me? They would be like,
yeah, it's
upset.
It's an ego thing. And I think we should normalize, and obviously that's not going to happen just because I said it on the stream, but
their egos.
I love it.
But no, what I think that and you know what, honestly, it's not just about women in general. We should normalize a thing where when you have a discussion with someone or an argument with someone, what they look like, what their beliefs are, none of this should matter, especially not if you're not talking about that particular thing. There's one thing if you're arguing about religion, which in itself, I don't think there is a point to it, but hey, whatever floats your boat. But the thing is that if you're talking about comics, if I'm arguing with someone that Ben Affleck is the most accurate comic book Batman, what does it have to do with me being a woman? Or what I believe in?
Because women don't read comics, duh.
We also don't poop, though.
I think we all have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I want to say something too. I think I pretty much I experienced this particular thing that I wanted to talk about, where people, they want to so bad to.
Hang on, Joe. Just gonna press pause. This comment here is for Fatma. And did you want to say something? Because you look like you were struggling with a moment, not saying something.
No, I'm just thank you so much, and I hope that I'm not saying that I'm the only person, but I'm looking for other girls that are Muslim, and I know a few that are Muslim, but haven't shown their identity online. They've come to me and privately messaged me and told
breaks my fucking heart, man.
And I'm just like, okay, that's perfectly fine, and that's your right to keep yourself private from this, because it does come with a lot of fun stuff. So
you have to put on a thick skin.
Yeah,
apparently.
And Joe, as you were saying, sorry, I just
I didn't realize
that comment really quick.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. So
Mr. Rogers up in here.
I was saying that I think that kind of going back to they need to normalize this is not okay, that we shouldn't be doing this, and that we're going to come together and agree to disagree has nothing to do with you coming at me about anything that has nothing to do with our argument. And I think and just trolling behavior in particular, and I think that we need to put that out there, and because I think that the norm in this fandom is to bring people together to confront one another, and to draw out these arguments. It's really toxic, and I've experienced it where I've had an argument with someone, a particular person, on Twitter, ended up muting that person because I had to get other stuff done, and they just would not stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then was asked to come on a stream. And was there?
It's because that is certain people's content. It's
for some people
sad.
This is content.
But I wanted to come out, but I should have said it then, and I didn't. And I because of what Fatma said, and what you said, Fatma, it's really accurate. We filter and censor. I don't want to be the aggressive, angry black woman who says that was rude of you to put me up against this troll like this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the buzzkill. I don't want to be that person, because it's really easy to call me that, because of who I am. But I should have called that behavior out because I saw that and I thought that's going to be happening to other women. They're going to be on here. They're going to be going toe to toe with some guy who's really rude and who's really, really needs to be called the troll that he is. And I don't care if he's a good person offline. He's being a troll. He's being very rude and very trolling online on Twitter. And he needs to be called on it. And so, sorry, the kids are in the background. Okay, so I should have called out when I got on that stream and found out that person was there. I should have addressed it then, and I didn't. But I did address. I did make my statements again, took my stance again, and bested him again on the stream.
God, so I love you.
And now he's kind of obsessed with you.
Anyway, but I'm saying now, guys, if the guys are listening, you have streams, you have these platforms. It's not cool to say that we're gonna promote unity. We're trying to squash beefs. No, you're not. You're trying to drag this stuff out, and and this is toxic, very, very toxic behavior, and you need to stop.
Oh, but remember
on when you do it. I'm sorry. I should have done it when it happened to me, but I mean.
But remember, we're toxic for calling out toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
also, it's not your job. You can't feel bad for not calling him out because you are not obligated. It's only if you feel like you have like the time and the mental latitude at the moment to do it, then go ahead. But it's not your job, honey. It's really not. It's not your play. It's not like your job to fix these idiot men or people who are just being hateful. It's like they're not worth your time.
I think also to kind of relate to what Joe was saying. I mean, after JusticeCon, we were approached. All three of us were approached to do like a lot of like shows, like streams, regardless if like the host was a male or not. And like a lot of these people, they wanted to talk about like the backlash, and I'm like, I'm good. Why the fuck would I want to talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
why can't we talk about like
we just
how successful it was or
why
something?
Why do I want to talk about that?
Yeah, like we just had to deal with it.
Oh my god, I love it.
But we just had to deal with that for like.
I just had to go get a little high.
2 days in a row. Why would I want to go on your stream and talk about people calling us like unintelligent or monotone or boring or fat or ugly? Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Because
exactly.
it will get views.
Yeah,
if we wanted to address it, if we really wanted to address it outside of doing the tweets we did do, is we would go live or do a video on our own platform. We're not going to do and hand.
But funnily enough, we did. We did make it. Sorry,
yes, Amanda.
If you are not familiar with Stephen Luke's Faces of Power, I highly recommend you go look at that Wikipedia page. I'm not expecting you to read the actual book, but the point is. They talk about one of the like ways that people use power in organizations, in institutions, is to set the agenda. And if I go on their stream, they're already setting an agenda that, first of all, this is going to promote their platform above mine because I'm on their stream instead, right? Mm-hmm. 2, that they're going to be the one who like runs the show, asks the questions, determines when you come on and off, who else is there, that sort of thing. They determine the line of questioning, like all of those things.
It's literally the art of war. You should battle. Yes. You literally set your you call out your own battleground and you set the parameters.
Exactly.
Right. So one of the things that like I think I've talked with all of you guys about, but I've had like more in-depth conversations with certain people is like, this is not it's equal ground. We have to, I'm like the, what did I say? Frances McDormand. I'm like a firm believer in the Frances McDormand policy, which basically just means like, put your foot down and hold the line. Put your foot down and hold the line and say, no, I'm not coming on your stream unless you come on mine. Or no, I'm not doing this unless you do that. Like, scratch my back, dude.
That's why we were quite careful with what did we like, where did we go after Justice Con and all that stuff and what we did, because it's that you just, I mean, obviously there was time where we addressed it quite a few times regarding the backlash, but in the same time, because I do believe that it needed to be addressed, but it's also like, obviously you do not want to come head to toe like with the person who actually like put out a slander video about you, or a person who literally trashed you out. Like you don't want to like talk to these people. Like there is nothing to say, especially if these people did what they did and that they didn't even come to you. Like
they go on someone else's stream to apologize to their community instead of apologizing to us three.
Yes.
I found it absolutely ridiculous that we had people from like that were associated with these people coming to us apologizing for the whole entire thing, like for the whole entire community, saying, okay, this is not what we are all like thinking. This is just in one, like, I'm not stupid. I know this is just one individual, or this is what this certain person thinks.
Stop giving them a platform.
Amen.
Stop.
It's the same with like when you're growing up and you have that one friend who's a bully, and you're always like, oh well, that's just Chad. That's what he does.
No.
And it's like
Chad is an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Chad, go sit by yourself until you can play nice.
Just because you're friendly or an acquaintance, even if it's your best friend, if I was being a totally out of pocket bitch,
when you're being
an ignorant bitch, I would fully expect Nana to completely call me out in public and not let me be that way.
Yeah, I don't call her out in public, but I do call her out in private. Yes, but to be fair, she does that to me. We do it to each other. I mean, I think that's what works so well with like doing the platform we have, sharing it together, because we call each other out. And I mean, now because we do so many things together, we collaborate on projects. I dare say we do the same with Meg. Like that's how it works. That's what it's about. That's how you put out put out things that you are happy with when you discuss them. Hi, Jessica. So it's
like it's like that, like if you're ignorant and that much of an asshole to go through the trouble to produce like an entire thing to say how much you hated Justice, like not just Justice Con, but a person.
Anything in general that someone does.
If I'm going to take up rent in someone's head, take up space in their head rent free, then I'm going to also need a pool, a sauna. I need a 3-bedroom.
Like sometimes it's like, that you can't really address, you don't want to address those people, because at the same time, if they're that much of an asshole, were they going to go rant for 5 minutes about you? When you went through the trouble of editing a video for it, it's like
they're here in bad faith. I'm only interested in the opinions of people who actually want me to succeed, period.
Exactly.
If you are not trying to help me succeed or better myself, if you have a criticism of me, that's fine.
Yeah.
Please bring it to me. If you have the interest of helping me grow,
bring it to me, not your fucking platform.
Yeah. Like so many people, especially guys in the fandom, especially in this fandom particularly, they seem to struggle with the concept that constructive criticism is not insulting the person. Coming over and saying, you're horrible, that's not constructive criticism. That is an insult. A constructive criticism would be saying, like, you need, like, oh, maybe you got to change the lighting, turn up the volume, try this, coming from a place of experience and respect, and respecting the person while you're constructively criticizing. I've done that before. I've said to someone, I've been, hey, you did a great job. I would just suggest doing this to stop mic feedback, etc., stuff like that. And it's like, that's always acceptable. That's fine. But then doing a nice little rant and saying oh, well, this was horrible, that was horrible, and then saying, oh, well, you can't take criticism, that's why you guys are awful, and it's like, you weren't criticizing.
No,
good night,
you were dogging.
Yeah.
Good night.
And to me, it seems abusive. It's just abusive, and it's just another way to continually bash women and to put us down. And I really don't need to be your little toy.
I'm not your punching bag or your mother.
Yeah.
Here's Nash dropping some real knowledge here.
Yeah,
Just
there you go,
throwing out Latin, NBD.
Yeah. God, she's amazing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I love Nash so much.
Ad hominem attacks. It's when, and that's exactly, I think, where we even started this was just saying, like, if you're going to come after me, have an actual argument about the stance that I took or the take that I have that you don't like, instead of, you have a vagina.
Yeah, actually be educated just a little bit. I mean, like, if your only issue is from someone's gender, color, religion, etc., then what are you talking about? Like,
yeah. And these are the same people who want to claim that everyone else is playing identity politics. And I'm like, you care so much more about who I am and where I fit in your little slot than I do.
So like, I'm sure you guys have noticed when a woman has spoken up about something, if they have dyed colored hair, like that's colored like blue or pink or something, they usually get their they get a screenshot taken of their profile saying, "Oh, you're just one of those SJWs." I just love going to that person's profile, screenshotting their picture, and being like, "You look like every greasy neckbeard that I have ever seen."
If they even have a fucking picture,
and usually they
don't. Most of the time they don't. Most of the time they don't.
It's like, just because you're a woman, but you dare have an unnatural hair color, it's like, oh, gotta write you off. You're not a logical person to talk to. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Or hairstyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not the right style, hairstyle. You don't wear enough makeup. You wear too much makeup. You show too much titty. You don't show enough titty. Like,
thank you, Jessica.
There's never enough
can't
titty.
Win.
Well, go on.
Well, I think that also, like we were saying, like the identity politics, there was a situation, like I had mentioned that Ray Fisher was a black male in one of my tweets about how Warner Brothers is making him out to be like a drama. They're trying to ruin a young black man's career.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, what does him having to be black have to do with that?
Yeah.
Literally
everything. And I mean, and I try to, I take the whole, I'm going to educate you because you probably don't know approach. And then when they get to the whole prove it, no, dude, you don't come to my argument in my thread and tell me to prove you.
Yeah.
You go do the work yourself.
Yeah.
That's not how our debate works. You don't come to me and tell me to prove something. You just got here. Why should I put work
Welcome.
Why should my opinion matter? Like, why don't you go find the opinion of like 10 scholars on the subject, maybe, and think about look at what they're talking about. Why should I be the person who tells you what it means, who defines your new worldview for you?
Yeah. Google is your friend.
Feeling of powerlessness. I completely agree. I think we were talked about how it's like an ego thing, and what it is like, it's like I can't exist and enjoy myself as a woman because that feels threatening to a lot of people who are not women. I'm sorry. And and like, I don't know why. I don't know why that's threatening.
I'm sorry, you're not women. You're not.
Yeah, that's what I was apologizing
sorry, you're
for.
Not a lady.
No. Well, yeah, they are not women. They're women and not women is the people in the world.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't. Why is that such a threat? Why is like me being happy, creating things, contributing to a community? Why is that a threat? Why does me having success in that regard take away from the success you have or could have?
I have no idea.
I came across the Facebook status I made because of Facebook Memories about a year ago. when I had my hair was down to my shoulders and I hadn't styled it, so it was all one length and just kind of, it was me. And this girl on TikTok commented saying how ugly my hair was because it wasn't styled. And I looked at her profile and she's claiming to be a hairstylist and she bleached her hair so much that a strong wind could have knocked the hair off her. And I'm like, sis, do you need help? Do you need a mirror?
I like this comment. I like the comparison to like Batman v Superman, and it's true. That's essentially what Batman v Superman was based on, like how powerless people tend to react. Obviously, this is a completely different scale of things, and there are so many more questions. But
it's interesting because if we like BVS, oh, sorry, Fatma.
Hang on, Fatma.
Sorry, guys, I have to go. It's starting to get late, but happy birthday, Nana. This is
oh my god! Hang on, can I blow it?
It's been literally driving me insane. It's just been here. But happy birthday! I don't have any funny hats or fun hats, so here's my little
you get the
virtual
cake. You came to the party with a cake. You're a winner. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye, honey.
Good night, dear.
Night.
Bye. Oh my gosh.
I got a cake.
It's a torturous cake because you can't eat it, but it was still pretty.
That was gorgeous. I was like, the worst thing about that is knowing that cake tastes so good.
I know.
But I actually did get myself a cake, okay? I did it.
Yes, good for you.
It's not as cute as Fatma's, but it's a cake.
So before she had to dip out, one of the things about this comment that I don't even understand it. How can we have fans who like BBS and don't understand that it's critical of them?
They're stupid.
There's a whole sector of the fandom that doesn't understand that.
That's like the most common. That's like the most common theme of Zach's movies, isn't it? But speaking of Zach's movies, let's move a bit further to something more positive. So there's supposed to be reshoots for Zack Snyder's Justice League. What do you girls think?
Not reshoots though, right? It's additional photography.
Well, additional photography.
If they don't give us Martian Manhunter, I'm gonna hit something.
Yes.
That was one of his first reveals, though. I think we're gonna get that. I think we're definitely.
Yeah.
People were like flipping out because Henry Cavill was not doing anything. I'm like, he's done all this shit. We want to see.
Yeah, literally.
We want to see Martian Manhunter. Let us
over. Yeah.
the rest of everything else.
Want to see?
We don't actually know. We don't actually know. Like we don't even know if he's gonna be there or not. Because there is one report that he will, and then there's another that says he won't. And frankly, the other one is from Collider, and I'm not really trustful of Collider.
Also, they're not going to publish the full cast list. They were they said the most predictable people because that gets people excited and gets everyone talking about it again. They're not going to say, "Oh, we're going to have this person," so that way you know when to set stock. Like, leave it alone.
Right.
We're getting it. Let's just enjoy the fact that we know it's coming. We know the reshoots, some additional photography is happening, and let's be excited.
Yeah,
I like to think
reshoots
about things
what
like
Joss
this.
did. Yes, thank you for correction. By the way, thank you.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
I really thought that this whole Cavill thing, I didn't see the point in it. I did not see the point in it. I'm like,
shit on us again.
Additional photography, and that means we're actually getting the stuff that we were wanting to get. Why are people upset? Why are they fighting? What is happening right now?
Because they have
Someone
to
did
have
not hug
something.
them very much when they were children.
Yeah. No, but Chelsea, I wanted to know what do you think? What's your opinion on the additional photography? What do you think we're gonna get?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the most exciting part is the unknown.
Zach is he's so unexpected with stuff that it's just I'm just excited to see.
What are you hoping for? What's the one thing you're really hoping you found?
Oh,
Yeah, we gotta question you because like we all talked about this endlessly, like what we want from Zack Snyder's Justice League. But what do you want, and what are your feelings about all this?
I don't know. There's like a lot that there's just so much story that he has so much story left to tell that I'm just excited to see what he has to offer. Because I mean he changed the way that I look at superheroes ever since I saw Man of Steel, and then Batman versus Superman, and I'm just excited to see what he's gonna do next.
So how did he
look, Ryan? I apologize.
Okay,
I had 2 glasses of prosecco. It mixed up.
This
is what we were talking about, people.
What about Man of Steel changed the way that you saw superheroes?
I think the way that, because I think with Superman it was always that he's just invincible, but with his it's like he's not.
He's just a big softie.
Yeah, like he's even though he's an alien, he still was raised like as a human, so he's vulnerable in a way. And even when he killed Zod at the end, that was like that. I don't think people understand that that's like character development.
What the fuck? Wait, guys!
Oh my god, we gotta
Superman just snapped his neck.
What do you mean Dumbledore?
Sorry.
Okay, that's a whole different spoiler. Okay, let's not go even into that one.
You were saying even when he kills Zod.
We're so bad. I'm sorry.
I said, even with, like that itself was character development that we were gonna see, and I mean, it made me think about superheroes in just a different way. That they're not just superheroes, but they're also portrayals of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not static. Not like, I think that's one of the coolest things to me about comic books and like comic book movies and the whole, I don't know, art form and art that's inspired by it, is that like you get to redefine it. You get to make it apply to the zeitgeist, to the time that it's published in, and the people that are reading it. Like it means something. It meant something when it was published, and then we can look back 20 years later, 30 years later, like Watchmen, and be like, whoa, look at how, you know what I mean? Like there's something that's very timeless about how we explore superheroes. And I, like many people are saying, which Green Lanterns? Like some people are saying here, like Zach's, it made it relatable. It made him human. It's very interesting that you pointed out that like that was actually a piece of character evolution that we've never seen for this character before. Like the one line that we've never had him cross, he finally crosses.
Yeah,
I feel like that's actually what makes Zach so controversial, though. Like,
yes, of course. I just never thought of it as like, I don't know, a step in a character development. I thought of it as like a new character line entirely. But if I'm looking at all of the ways Superman has been put together, it's like A plus B plus C, A plus C plus D, A plus C plus D plus E. And this is like the one element no one's ever used before. Mm-hmm. So he's like, well, let's throw that in and see what happens. And everyone's like, danger!
Mind's blown.
Even with like, with Batman and having him kill, and people are like, oh, Zach doesn't understand the material. It's like, he really does if you think about it, because he's showing that Batman was willing to cross the line of what he was told, like his morals, because something had happened to him. Like it's character development that people don't understand. And then now like suddenly people are just now starting to see that. And I'm just like, I don't understand how it took people that long to get that.
That's why Henry Cavill, I think, is so great as Superman, and why Ben Affleck is so great. They're not. I don't mean this as any disrespect to any other actor that's in a superhero role, but like they're actors who happens to be cast in as superheroes. They're not action stars. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but they're
fans as well. I think they're fans as well. They kind of get the character.
They
know the character and like Jessica Blake is saying, Frank Miller's Batman. People are forgetting that Frank Miller, you know, kind of did this stuff already decades ago, and that's why what Chelsea's saying, I agree with, because people were flipping out about something that wasn't particular. It was new to the cinema, the cinema version.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And so people are like flipping out over something and saying that he would never, and it's like, but he already did in the comics.
He's done it multiple times in the comics, so it's like
I think films are just more easy, not more accessible, but people are more prone to watch the movies than they are to go to a comic book store, buy a comic, and actually read it.
Don't have enough pictures for most people. That's
why. So
comics don't.
Yeah,
there was So there was a question, and I wanted to bring it up. That's why I kept it pinned for so long. Who do you guys want to see as the Green Lantern, and also which Green Lantern?
Well,
no, I mean, it was a good conversation, but I think that this is also a good conversation.
For me, I am hoping for Jon Stewart, first of all.
Yes.
And second of all, I do not have a single fan cast, because if it's Zack Snyder casting the person, then it'll be flawless.
Okay, so
John David Washington.
Remember, sometime back, this was being shot. I remember seeing someone as Jon Stewart.
There was somebody said as Hal Jordan, Sam Benjamin was. There was no rumor about Jon Stewart yet.
No, I remember seeing an article where there was a guy, it was a black guy dressed in a Green Lantern costume, and I cannot find it anywhere.
Is it Idris Elba?
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't for HBO Max's Green Lantern with John Diggle from Arrow?
Before HBO Max. This is before HBO Max. So that's why I've been trying to look for it. But if this story tracks with the way I think it's going to, I think all of the Green Lanterns will be there. So it's room for Hal to come. And everybody else.
We don't have to pick.
You get a Green Lantern. You get a Green Lantern. Everybody gets a Green Lantern.
Who needs a job?
Yeah.
I need a job.
You want Jessica Cruz? You get her.
I mean, y'all saw those parademons. Y'all saw Darkseid.
Look, Jessica shares the sentiment here, okay?
John David Washington for how Jon Stewart.
Can we take a quick poll? John David Washington or Denzel?
Denzel's too old.
Okay.
Denzel's too old. A little too old.
Denzel's a little too old.
Let's rewind 15 years.
Like John
for Denzel. Denzel 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
I think
John David Washington.
Denzel was
John David Washington. Yeah.
Jon Stewart is like a stiff militant. He's like got this militant type of style, and he's
John
like
David's got the perfect voice for it too. Yeah,
I
agree.
Denzel is too charismatic.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Jon Stewart.
I didn't mean to in the character role. I literally just meant he's hotter, father or son. Personally, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I think John David Washington.
John David Washington. Yeah,
that's really hard.
Oh, wow.
It's not.
I'm such an idiot.
Your analysis still applies, though.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
Wait, what happened? Was it
we missed it.
I'll take both of them, please. I mean,
yeah. I mean, why not both?
I think Amanda's on the floor.
This chair is not safe. I had to get up if I think I'm going to laugh, because I will sit right out the front of it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yes. John David Washington.
Yeah, John David Washington.
I can't pick.
Yeah, you can totally have
yeah, don't make me pick.
Who would be Jessica Cruz?
Ooh.
I have absolutely no guesses.
No clue.
Honestly, not at all.
Isn't she what race is she? Latina?
Well, I think
Cruz is Hispanic.
Yeah, she's Hispanic. I don't know. I really don't know.
You know, I kind of like the idea that Zach chooses new people.
Exactly. That's exactly why, like, I don't really have any like preference for an actor, because whoever Zach chooses will be perfect for the role, even if we don't expect it at first.
I think part of it, also part of what he's so good at, I think, which we can tell from the way that the cast and crew bonded so much, is that like he chooses people who work well together.
Yeah.
So I think whoever, like, the person in this role will determine who is in this role, will determine who is in this role. It's not just like you could throw somebody else in and it would work the same. I think he's like a lot more intentional about that.
I mean, like, Zach literally plucked Ray Fisher from the Shakespeare Festival in Ohio. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Did he really do that?
We had no idea
he did.
who this guy is, and now he's literally. I could not imagine anyone else.
You know, I always like I love the panel. The panel.
I don't know. I know it was a Shakespeare festival. That's all.
Yeah.
Ray
that's actually where both Rays met. Like Ray Fisher,
Ray Porter and Ray Fisher.
Yeah, but I will like to me like the highlight of JusticeCon was when Zach crashed Ray's panel and he was like, "I'm gonna be throwing darts and all of it is just gonna be Ray Fisher." I'm gonna custom and everything. I love that. That was so sweet.
Ray, I think like he might, from my guess, he probably knew of Ray Fisher from his Broadway work, but then actually met him.
Yeah.
Like went to the Shakespeare Festival and was like, I'm going to meet him.
Oh yeah. I was just saying that as like a thing, like that's how he was very unknown. Like when he cast him as Ray Fisher or as Cyborg. Sorry, he is already Ray Fisher.
Good night.
Right.
That
Victor Stone as Ray Fisher.
No one had any idea who this guy was. And then he turns out to be literally the embodiment of Cyborg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So wild.
God, I fucking love that guy. He's amazing. I have his tweets the notifications on, and every time I get a notification that he tweets, I'm like, oh my God, what is he saying now? Like, what tea is he spilling? Because
the tea?
I got tea.
Yeah, and you know, every time he like comes out and says something else, it just I want to know more about like the background and what happened on the set, but then again, it's like I don't want to find out because it's gonna make me so angry.
That's terrible.
So angry. But you know, I just hope that all of these fucking scumbags just finally get brought to justice one way or another, whether they just get completely shunned from like the entertainment industry and like from the fandom, or like legally, like I don't know, it just needs to happen.
He's
like,
probably tired of me saying this, but every time I've commented to him, I've been like, listen, tell us what we can do to help.
Yeah.
Like the three, like especially me, Meg, and Nana, I'm like, we're so happy that you're being heard. Tell us how to help. And he's like, nothing yet. Sends a heart, and I'm just like, but I want to help.
I know. No, he's so sweet. You know, you send him a message, and he responds when he can, and like it's always just something so sweet. Like
he said, he's very real, and that's what makes him so incredible.
Yeah. It's not like you're talking to Ray Fisher, the movie star. It's like you're talking to like Ray Fisher, your friend.
That's the same with that's what I've told people who've asked me what it's like talking to Zach. It's literally, like at first for a few minutes you're a little starstruck, but then it's like you're talking to an old friend or like your crazy uncle.
Like the coolest friend in your friend group. That's who Zach is.
Yeah, coolest friend in your I hope he hears the part about crazy uncle.
Sometimes he goes forgetful and says something that I would expect like one of my uncles to say, and I'm like, that's totally off the cuff, but I love it.
It's gonna be next Zoom with him. So you said that.
He has a lot of energy of some of the people that like I don't know, that I find myself either around or drawn to. Like my father-in-law and my brother-in-law are, they don't look like him. They don't even have the same interests or anything, but there's like this
energy, this
momentum. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. Just like sheer willpower that they all have. And I'm like, I don't know how. Like if Zach decided to become a carpenter in like a year, he would do it.
Yeah, and he would build.
I couldn't do that.
He'd probably build a house in a month with how much energy he has.
Right.
Just unstoppable.
Fucking amazing. I need a nap just thinking about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we just hit a 2-hour mark with talking about how awesome Zach is, so I feel like this might be the best possible way to kind of end it today.
That's true. Did you see, by the way, Cole?
Yes.
Did you see that here?
Oh,
there they are.
It's Debbie and Amanda.
Hi.
The two Wonder Women.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so
cute.
I know. Look.
Sorry, Bo.
I'm so happy with how
this eyeshadow. I want it for me.
Yes.
I can't take credit for that. That's from the original head. I can't. I'm not that good yet. If I was that good,
I'd look like her though. It looks like her though.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, you can rewatch it. You can rewatch it all.
I'm just thinking about how adorable the Chelsea Funko Pop would be with those ears. I'm just saying.
Oh my god, yes.
I was gonna wear my Oswald Mickey ears, but I don't think
what? There's another pair. Can we see them? Fashion show.
Yes.
Fashion show before we go.
While Chelsea's getting her ears.
Oh my god, they're huge.
My god, tinfoil crown. Look at.
I think these were my first pair. Oh my god! Wait, I don't think...
Oh, these are
like it's like one ear broken.
Oh my god!
I love it.
Those are awesome.
These are amazing.
This ear's broken, I think.
Dang.
But these are my first pair that I got.
You're so cute.
How many pairs do you have? 2 pairs?
Oh,
she's like,
no.
From what I can find, I have like 3.
Oh, okay.
But I still want to get more. I want to get more every time I go.
You've been there 3 times?
I've been
seen
there
them every time.
I've only been there once. So
I've never been. 4?
I've got a Minnie Mouse hat somewhere.
I've never been there.
We gotta take Meg. We're going to San Diego Comic-Con next year, so we gotta take her too.
Well, we gotta take you too, since you're the first.
Yeah, that's true. I only been to the Universal, but that's because
Universal's a bomb-ass place, though.
I am a sucker for visiting world.
Especially going to like the comic book area. It's fun.
Really?
I like Universal.
We totally
the only downside, really, to going to Disney is that if you want to go to the comic book side, it's all Marvel.
I'm just gonna officially invite everyone to come hang out in the Midwest at Cedar Point. The Midwest, the Mid-Coast.
Just don't make us the
Midwest of America.
Everyone, I need everyone to come to Michigan so we can all go to Michigan's Adventure.
Yeah.
The best amusement park
I was
ever.
gonna say as long as Amanda is not gonna cook Midwest goulash, we can do it.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know if your family could handle us visiting.
Oh, mine?
You know what? We would
Steven.
Here's what we would do. We would get like a series of cabins.
Yes.
That have like a regular sized kitchen and all the amenities and cable and all that crap. And we would then choose when we wanted to hang out with each other and also choose when we didn't want to. Same thing
you are the kind of person I like to travel with. You are the kind of person I like to travel with.
Yes, I love going on adventures with people, but like also I need
leave me alone also.
Yeah.
Like let me do my thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except you have to walk away from me because I won't. I can't end the conversation. So speaking of which, like this, you have to cut us off.
Yeah, we've been ending this for 5 minutes. That's true.
Speaking of which, I think we were trying to end the podcast.
Okay, that's right.
Well, anyway, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for wearing your party hats if you did. Thank you for donating if you did. I think, Cole, can you post the link once more in the comments just in case? It's a birthday fundraiser for AFSB. If you'd like to donate, or if you can donate, or both, you can. You don't have to. It's just like a little thing on the side. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Yay. Anyone else wants to say bye?
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Jazz hands.